Hi, today we are talking about the Bach flower remedy named Impatience. Some people also call it like Impatience. In the words of Dr. Edward Bach, firstly, I would explain those who are quick in thought and action and who wish all things to be done without hesitation or delay. When ill, they are anxious for a hasty recovery, a faster recovery. They find it very difficult to be patient with people who are slow, as they consider it wrong and a waste of time. And they will endeavor to make such people quicker in all ways. They often prefer to work and think alone so that they can do everything at their own speed. So just in these lines we can very well understand the little keywords that this remedy helps us in are like in the cases of hastiness, fidgetiness, nervousness, impatience, irritation, restlessness, frustrated, and also sometimes accident prone because of the hastiness, of course. The indication here is it is suited to people with an impatient and irritable disposition. They speak and think very fast, like thinking hastily, and are always tensed because of this speed, though they are full of energy. They often repeat these lines. It is difficult for me to wait for things. I am of an impatient and irritable disposition or irritable nature. I rather work alone. These are the lines they often repeat. Now, talking about the plant, the nature of the plant, impatience, it is from the 7 groups. It belongs to the group that addresses the state of loneliness. It is one of the loneliness remedy. Other remedies of this group are water violet and heather, which we will talk about later. Impatience is also one of the main ingredient in the composite of rescue remedy, where it is used to help the calm agitated thoughts and feelings. Now when we talk about the physical appearance of this plant, which is very necessary to know to relate the plant's nature with the physical appearance and then how it can be used for us or how it can help us. That is also helped in this. This is a fleshy annual plant growing up into a height of around 180 centimeter. It can exist both in and out of direct sunlight, right? So the plant leaves have a tight appearance, standing rigidly from the stalk. The leaves have serrated edges. The flowers are mauve in color and grow between July to September. Their habitat is mostly around northern hemisphere and the tropics. They grow along the banks of streams and rivers. Now, nucleus of the remedy for those who are impatient, nervous, restless, and need everything to be done very fast and quickly. Jaldi, jaldi. It's always like jaldi karo, fast, hurry up. These are the common words that they use in their language to express their inner anxiety or their inner restlessness. Because of this nature, they prefer that we ourselves will do the work because you are taking a lot of time. I'll give you an example, a common example, like a woman of an impatient nature, what she will do in the normal household, like a helper or a maid or a cook, if he or she is cooking in the kitchen and they're taking a lot of time in preparing the stuff then this woman of impatience nature, she will rush to the kitchen. She will be fidgety and nervous, and she'll be restless to see how much time it is taking. What she'll do is that you just let it, the conversation between her and the maid will be like, रहने दो, you leave it, I'll do it by myself. So they would prefer to work by themselves because they cannot tolerate the uh, time being wasted, or according to them, that is what is according to them, the time is being wasted. They want things to hurry up quickly. So this is what is normally experienced with people having impatience nature. Then they are very irritable with the slowness of other people. As I explained to you, they get irritated and agitated, and often now this picture is like beautiful more flowers of impatience, and known for their sudden outburst and thrusting of seeds that are scattered impatiently abroad. So also the remedy is also known for impatience, for its impatience. The name itself, it comes out of the characteristic called impatience. The leaves have toothed edges and are arranged in a sort of rigid way, reminding of the nerviness, the nervousness, wound up or painful state experienced in the impatient state. Our fast-paced life can make us irritable and anxious over the slowness of others, and can cause us to be hurtful and sharp to those around us. Like we use very sharp words, or sometimes a hurting sentence or a hurting word that is hurtful for the other person. So impatience is basically suitable for such people who are quick in mind and action. Impatient people are impatient and wants everything to be done fast. They are of a short, irritable temperament. One could describe them as type A personality. The type A personality who are like impatient and irritating temperament. Nature is always restless. They act, they think, they speak quickly and cannot wait. Waiting makes them restless, nervous, and sometimes jerky. They hate wasting time. This is very important. They prefer all the work to be done without hesitation and delay, like immediately. Otherwise, they become irritable, impulsive, and also they dislike interference. They are very intelligent, intuitive, good, and efficient in whatever work they undertake, that's for sure. But they tend to be irritable and frustrated with those who are not as quick as they are, because they expect the same kind of quickness in the people around them. So they may often finish the sentence if the speaker is slow. Like, sometimes somebody speaking and trying to express and doing this or something, they're just taking time to complete their sentence. But these impatient people, they don't like commas. They just wish to come to the full stop. Like they want to jump to the full stop, completing the sentence out on their own, not letting the other person speak. So they even snatch the things from another person's hand if they are slow to give, and become critical of others' shortcomings. If they cannot do so, they become restless internally, which can be noticed by the drumming of his fingers on the desk. Like, sometimes people start tapping their fingers on the desk, and because that shows their inner restlessness and anxiety. So they have to make some kind of movement. So they start just this drumming of the fingers on the desk, or by also making facial grimaces, showing the disapproval, or tapping of the feet when walking. These kind of gestures are evident, of the inner restlessness. Slowness of others cause temper flare-ups for them. Like they immediately get volatile because they cannot handle this delays. They become very angry and irritable. The anger comes like a lightning and also subsides within no time, like a bubble. Thus, they prefer to work alone because the slowness of others hinders them. They think that it is hindering their progress or their whatever growth or in whichever aspect they are working on. If these people do not receive relief from this extreme state of mind, the symptoms may move into the body, causing muscle spasm, severe tightness in the body, tension in the back, neck, jaws, and shoulders, sudden pains, cramps, indigestion, and body leans forward. The great inner restlessness makes them accident prone also. Sometimes they can burn their hands while cooking, or they can just slip or flip, or something like that. They can twist their leg, or just because of that hurriedness, they just lose their attention in the present moment. They just wish to complete it, and so they are very accident prone. When ill, they make restless and irritable patient and demand for hasty recovery. So dealing with such patients becomes very difficult for the doctor or the practitioner. Impatience is the Bach flower remedy whose indications are most clearly implied by its name itself. We can all be impatient at some time or another, but sometimes this characteristic can dominate a personality. कभी कभी हम किसी न किसी एस्पेक्ट में impatient हो जाते हैं in our life. But when this characteristic of impatience become very dominant, like in every aspect of your life you become that kind of nature, so then it dominates your personality, and then you need the help of impatience remedy. In this case, the impatience Bach flower remedy may be helpful for re-establishing the balance. So when this becomes a characteristic or dominates you in whichever aspect of your life, once you start taking impatience Bach flower remedy, it will be very, very helpful for you to get back to your normal balance or the normal harmony and calmness